Hey y'all, Ask Dr. Kirk episode 9. So good time for me to make a video. It is the beginning of rut. So y'all deer hunters know now the boys are chasing the girls, and it's a great time for y'all who hunt bucks. I dabble in it. I'm more of a does with bows hunter, my favorite hobby, as you guys know. So now's not a time to start killing that live bait, because God is turning on the ladies' night sign and the idiots come a running. So I'm not going to mess it up for my fellow hunters and kill the live bait, so to speak. But anyway, we got one question today, and it's a good one, so I'll give it this proper time. I have Miss Donna from Cordele, Georgia. Donna from Cordele, Georgia. Woo, that's Pig Jig area. She asks, Dr. Kirk, I know you will tell us the truth with a hand to the Bible honesty. Do doctors get paid to push certain drugs, vaccines, and treatments by the big pharmaceutical companies? Okay, Miss Donna, to answer your question, no, we do not. I have never been given any kind of incentive in any sort of way. Now, to be fair, in history, was there a time when things like drug reps could come about and give gifts and take you on deep sea fishing trips and buy you a new driver and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, my daddy actually had stories like that back in the day when the rules were a little bit more loose. Whether or not that made him write certain medications or something, I seriously doubt it. My dad was a pretty good a man of integrity who was going to do it his way anyway. So whether a drug was the new sexy one or not. But there are laws, Miss Donna. There's laws now in place with anti-kickback laws that drug reps are not allowed to come give us gifts or anything. No one's allowed to give us any kind of cash or anything that is not considered educational or for patients' benefit. Now, there is some loose things where they can spend money on us when it comes to educational lunches and dinners and stuff, as long as during that dinner they are making a presentation on their new product and stuff. And so I have great drug rep friends, some of my best friends who are in the business, and they, have to play by some pretty strict rules when it comes to advertising their products and coming and educating us about some of the newer things. In fact, they've even cut back as I started practicing. Used to be they could come about and give us all kinds of pens and notepads and all this cool swag with the stuff. And let me tell you this, the Lexapro pens, you guys who are in the business know, those Lexapro pens, oh my gosh. I love them things. They were the best pens. And they've stopped giving out those things. That was Forest Pharmaceuticals. Where y'all at with them pens? But did that make me write any more Lexapro? No. But I just love them pens. So I appreciate them. Shout out Forest Pharmaceuticals. I guess that is kind of a plug. But no, Miss Donna, I've never been given any of these conspiracy theories that I hear about, and none of my colleagues I know of either get any kind of kickbacks to writing a specific drug or pushing a specific vaccine or a therapy or these kind of things. There are anti-kickback laws that prohibit that. Now, where some of this conspiracy theory tinfoil hat thing comes from, I can easily explain that. Us physicians and practitioners and providers, we practice our medicine based on something called evidence-based medicine, which is going to be based on the latest clinical trials, the latest studies, the latest research, the things that help guide us. And those studies actually can guide our actual guidelines on which we practice. So some of the protocols we do, some of the regimens that we do, some of the how-tos and the following the algorithm on how to treat a patient, some of those are certainly going to be based upon the latest literature and the latest clinical findings. Is there a real blurry, hazy line with some of the studies? Yeah. So does, like the example I gave in the old medical minute, does Mr. NutraSweet do a study on Splenda and try to say Splenda's not that great for you? Sure. There's plenty of that market competition where they are trying to push these things. And that study got funded. If you really start reading, Splenda's gonna, whatever, make your baby grow a third arm. If you look real close in that study, and all of a sudden you see that was funded by the NutraSweet company. Now, I'm just making this up. Please don't come after me, Mr. NutraSweet or Mr. Splenda. I love both of your delicious products. Can some of those studies be influenced and funded by certain things? Sure. Okay. Now, does that lead to practice changes and stuff? Sure, in some way. Some people that don't know how to critique a clinical trial correctly might fall for that kind of stuff. But like I said before in a previous Ask Dr. Kurt, us physicians, part of our medical school training is how to appropriately critique studies, be able to look at what's really evidence-based. How strong is that study? What do I need to be looking at? Is there any kind of ulterior motives and that kind of stuff? We're trained to look at that kind of stuff. So if you are a physician that's worth your salt, you're not going to fall for some study that's been influenced by another one. So when you start looking at, okay, some companies are sponsoring these studies and these studies lead to this, then it gets looked at by the layperson as you're being bought. The way that you're practicing medicine is being bought by blah, blah, blah. And that's just simply not true. There's nobody coming and handing me a bunch of money to write some medicine or give your child or loved one some specific thing. Sorry. Well, that's kind of boring, man. There's no big man behind the curtain, some smoking man in the corner that is giving Dr. Kirk all his money. No. If there's somebody that's going to give me some money that you know of, though, my wife would really like to talk to them. So anyway, Miss Donna, I hope this answered your question. Nope, there's no big old conspiracy thing going out there. But be judicious about the information that you're getting. So when you read studies and stuff and you need help deciphering, is this something legit? Is it not? Turn to someone who, has training in being able to comb through stuff and telling you whether a study's legit or not. They know that you guys don't read past the headlines of your social media feed. So they just put something in the headline. Splenda's gonna kill you. And they know you're not even gonna click on that most of the time. So to even see if it's a legit study, all of a sudden you're just now hitting the share button and you're sharing it with your cousin. And now your cousin don't drink Splenda, she's gonna go drink Sweet and Low. Do they still make Sweet and Low? Anyway, help turn to us. We'll help you with these kind of things. So hope this helps, Miss Donna in Cordele, Georgia. Enjoy the pig jig this year. Love y'all, mean it. Jesus loves you. See you next time.